Eli Lilly,
my baby,
has reached all-time high on Thursday.
Yes.
Right, and you've spoken about Eli Lilly a lot.
Love her.
As far as the healthcare industry, and we've spoken about healthcare industry and why that's important to invest in, along with technology. So Eli Lilly, I think people understand that that's probably something that should be on their radar. But what are two other companies in the healthcare space that you believe can be rock star stocks for the next decade?
I really like UnitedHealthcare.
Oh, that's crazy.
See?
I wrote that down.
Come on,
Yeah, go ahead.
And Stryker.
Okay.
So, see me and Shotty on the leather jacket vibes, right?
Man.
Me and Trey on the UnitedHealthcare and the Stryker vibes.
I'll give a different one then.
But if the answer is right, this is a great thing. Like, if a great investment is great and we think the same, we're on the right path. Like, I love when, like, after 3 or 4 months, like, a bigger analyst will come out and say, hey, like, I love NVIDIA as well. It just kind of confirms. But if I'm looking as, like, a holy trinity, I would do UnitedHealthcare, Stryker, and Eli Lilly as the lead. For those of you who don't know, if you've ever been to a hospital, if you ever been checked in, the bed that you lay on is a Stryker bed. They have a monopoly on beds in most hospitals. So them, UnitedHealthcare, and Eli Lilly, although they're legacy plays, I think they'll get bigger as obesity crisis get worse, our health pandemic becomes worse in other areas. I think they'll be the benefiters of that.
Yeah. UnitedHealthcare is interesting. So when we're looking at the word rock star was there, so I'm like, well, that's more like a Bon Jovi type rock star, right?
True.
It's just been here for a long time, and it's going to be it. But one that I found interesting was, and most people probably don't think about it, but visit it all the time, CVS.
Okay.
Because if we talk about market cap, it's probably not in the top 5. But if we talk about revenue from the healthcare space, it's number 1. Right?
Really?
Yeah. And so when a stalwart, and it's one of those things like,
interesting. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when you look and you're thinking about the landscape from the real estate standpoint, I mean, which neighborhood doesn't have a CVS?
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
But they just become part of your everyday life and you don't think of it. But they bring in so much revenue from the healthcare business, whether it's from prescription or having pharmacies inside of their stores, which was a great plan. Localizing medicine, right? Because now if I go to the doctor, they can send it to my local CVS. I can pick it up or it could be delivered to my home. It's a great revenue model. The only thing that concerns me is when Amazon comes into the space.
That's the big, which was one of your stock picks of the year.
Yeah. That concerns me a little bit in the healthcare space. So I guess it would be like double fold, right? It would be CVS if we're just talking inside of healthcare. But if we count Amazon, I think that's the rock star, because if we're talking about the infrastructure to have things brought to your home, they already have the address. Yeah. You're probably already a Prime member. Yeah. Imagine if that gets put together where it's like I left the doctor's office and...
You think they'll buy CVS?
Not right now.
Got you.
Not right now. But that is a concern, right? Yeah. Because they can give you directly to your home. We don't have to have the pharmacy anymore. It goes directly from Amazon to your home, and that might be a 2-hour delivery. So that's concerning. But I think CVS is one of those people should watch.
Amazon went from 85 this year to 125. It's a nice run.
Whew.
That is a nice run. Shah, you have any healthcare companies that's on the horizon?
Apple. Top healthcare company,
Leather jacket gang.
20 years, for sure. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Apple will be a major player in the tech space.
Yeah.
But in the healthcare space. But that I think you have to look at technology companies when it comes to healthcare as well. So all of the chip companies will benefit from this.
Absolutely.
For sure. When you talk about blockchain technology, shout out to all the crypto enthusiasts.
Y'all be on our head movement. Yo, Jesus. Crypto now don't want to come save us. We're advocate.
But I look at the healthcare industry a little differently. Like, of course, like the healthcare providers, yes, very important, for sure. But I'm more excited about the technology that's going to change healthcare. Yeah. And I feel like, AI... I was actually I sat next to a dentist on a plane.
Okay.
And I was asking him about AI. Mm-hmm. And I said, how do you feel about AI? His response kind of was surprising. Because I would think he would be like, well, it's never going to be able to replace a dentist because he's a dentist. Yeah. And he was like, the human aspect of dentistry is still going to be needed as far as to have a conversation with a patient to, kind of use your judgment per se. He said that's still needed. He said, but as far as oral surgery, he said we're using robots right now. It's more efficient.
Yeah,
it's better.
Yeah,
it's more precise.
Safer.
It's safer, and it's going to be cheaper for the long haul. So, and then I spoke to a doctor yesterday and asked about it. Her response wasn't as enthusiastic about it, but I feel when you're talking about artificial intelligence, this goes back to the AI thing.
Yeah.
Healthcare is going to be one of the biggest industries impacted by artificial intelligence, robots, different things of that nature, because think about how much money is spent on medical malpractice.
Yes.
Billions of dollars from surgeons making just bad mistakes or you might
being overworked.
Yeah, overworked, tired. You might have a twitch in your hand and cut somebody's artery open. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where a robot can just go in, put something in you, like, take something out. Very small precision, don't have to cut you wide open. Yeah. So I feel like the technology companies, and especially the ones that, focus on enhancing the medical field, which we'll still have to see. But research, because these are the companies that'll probably benefit the most in the healthcare space for over the next 20 years.
Yeah.
So that's my theory on it.
You went with the 20-year plan.
I love it. I mean, just like we had globalization of economies, we're kind of seeing like the same thing in the tech sector. Everyone's crossing over. Like, there isn't clear-cut sectors anymore. And that goes back to not wanting to be number two. Like, you have to find ways to innovate to then be, even for me, I just wanted to invest. Like, if I got the best returns, I get the hedge fund, da-da-da. So I was like, better get your ass in front of that camera. More people need to know you. So, like, you learn to add things to your bag of tricks to be able to grab market share, and every company on earth is doing it. I'm really interested to see if Tesla enters that medical services or like ambulance space in a few years, and what tech they'll have on there on board as well. Like, Elon, if he can stay focused like this these next 4 years, he's going to put pressure on a lot of companies. And he looks at peace. That's another thing I look at. Like, most CEOs that I love, Tim Cook's never rattled. Like, Elon was looking rattled for it because he has so much on his plate. He looks at peace right now. And then we all know, like, when you have like a peaceful state and you can just think clearly, man, the world is up for grabs at that point.
My graduates from my school being Forbes, bag drop.
Bag drop.
A mic drop, bag drop.
Bag drop.